everybody, it's Lori with Main Street Gardener, and I am starting day 2 of planting Palooza. So yesterday I was able to get a lot of plants planted. So I had a couple plants that needed to be moved. So I had a heuchera, I had a salvia, at least I think it's a salvia, that were planted kind of under my hydrangeas, and they were just being wasted there. So I moved those out and put them up in the garden where they're going to be seen and beautiful. I also planted a couple more gardenias. I planted those in a prior video, so I added a couple more to the garden. I also filled my veggie box with marigolds that I had grown from seed, and I just wanted that to kind of be a protective barrier. Marigolds are great for garden spaces. They attract aphids and other bugs, and they look really pretty. So today I've got 2 plants left that I want to get in the ground, and I want to show you what I got done yesterday. So today I'm going to plant 2 skylight better boxwoods. So these are gorgeous boxwood specimens. You can see these are going to grow really tall. The skylight gets 6 to 8 high and 3 to 4 wide, but the benefit of the skylight is you can topiary it. You can move it up. You could make a double topiary. So I really want this to become more of a pyramid shape, and I'm going to put them at the corners of the garden beds out in the full sun. Now, the thing that's great about better boxwood is they are known to be not drought resistant, they are drought resistant, but they are known for being extremely disease resistant. That's why they're called better boxwood. They're not supposed to get boxwood blight. They're not supposed to get bronzing. And I think the colors are really beautiful. It's a mix of the dark green and the light green. And the size and shape is going to be perfect for this space. Now, these aren't going to grow super fast, so I'm not worried about getting to full height. And again, I'm going to keep it pruned. And I do want it to get taller, but I'm not going to let it get to full height. And I don't think it would in my climate with our winters. So I grabbed 2 of these. They actually had them at Home Depot. I was so excited to see them. They didn't have currently the other varieties, but they did have several of the skylights, at least in my store in Maryland. So let me show you what I got done yesterday and where all those plants went, and then I'll show you planting these and where they're going to go. It's such a fun time of the year. I'm just trying to get things that were on my to-do list buttoned up. I have an entire table that I'll show you full of seedlings that are going to go out in the next week. I'm trying to start hardening them off. And then it's going to almost be May, which then starts Dahlia Palooza. So just trying to get some containers done. This weekend is going to be gorgeous. So I'm hoping to just really spend a couple full days out in the garden, and I will video what I can and take you along. So let's get started with these, and let me show you what all was accomplished yesterday. So down under this Rose of Sharon, and there is a limelight hydrangea, I had discovered this random coral bell. So I'm going to dig this one up. It will be so much happier in another space. And then I also discovered a salvia that I think at one time I had envisioned this to have more of a perennial bed, but because of the size of the hydrangeas and the Rose of Sharon, I don't really grow things underneath them. So you can see right there, there's the base of the Rose of Sharon and the hydrangeas over in the left corner. So I'm just going to grab these. I meant to do it last year and time got away from me, and I'm going to put them up in my new garden bed that's in full sun, where they will have the chance to grow and be beautiful. So let me know in the comments if you find plants and do this kind of moving things around. It's kind of like a puzzle is what I tell my husband. So next, I wanted to go ahead and add a couple more of the small gardenias to the garden. I had already planted 2. Those are in a prior video, but I wanted to add a couple more. These are supposed to be frost proof. So if you get a late frost, it doesn't impact the blooms, and they're just supposed to stay kind of petite and bloom in a white.
So I'm really excited about that because this garden bed under the crab apples does get some shade, and it is full of white blooming plants like hydrangeas and some anemone joys and other things like that. So it's really fun to get these extras added to the garden, and that was checking something else off my list. So I decided to plant both the coral bell and the salvia up here, kind of between the pathway and my new garden container right here, my planter container. So I think it'd be really nice. I want to start filling in around the path that leads to the magnolia tree. So got that all in the ground, and I used plant tone. I was out of biotone, but that works just fine. So now we're going to move over to my veggie garden box. So I had grown these marigolds from seed. These are ones that stay a little bit smaller. I had previously planted some that get tall. I think my mom had given me these seeds. And I grew them in just a tray. I call this the English style of seed starting because I learned about it from Sarah Raven, who is over in the UK. And she, of course, is an amazing gardener and gardening educator. And it worked great. So you just sow them. I kind of did them in rows so it would be easy to pop them out. And you can see they just divide really easily. Marigolds are so hardy. They don't mind if their roots are disturbed. And so I'm just going in now and separating them. I did give this a good soak before I started dividing them, and it just made them pop out really easy. I think they're just going to do fantastic. Now, what I love about this particular one is it's got this gorgeous kind of cardinal red color, but then it fades to an apricot color. And I think I'll be able to show you that in just a minute. So I decided to put these all around the border of the veggie kind of flower garden. I thought for one, it would be beautiful, but two, it would add some protection. So now I'm going to cut off the blooms just so they start branching out, they get thicker, and will just kind of be a lot fuller. And it does help so they're not in so much kind of transplant shock. You want the plant to build strong roots versus putting out blooms. So I'm just going to take all those little blooms off, and they will be blooming their heads off again soon. So my last project for today was planting these gorgeous boxwoods from Better Boxwood. And I wanted to put them at the corner of the beds, kind of as a punctuation mark. I thought it would be really nice. Now, the boxwoods in front are the 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶𝐄𝐓, and I think I've mentioned many times I have not loved them, but I'm giving them this one more season. I'm going to treat them with some new boxwood treatment that I found, and we'll just see how they do. But I'm excited about the Better Boxwood.
So first thing I have to do is actually move this gorgeous catmint. It smells so good. So I'm going to move it to another part of the garden. Okay, so we got this first one all in. I think it's just going to be beautiful in this spot. I planted it far enough away to where it can grow towards the edge of the grass right here, but it also can fill in and just grow tall in this garden space. So I think it's beautiful. I do need to get drip ran to it. I've got a couple of things for my husband to add drip to this weekend. He's the drip master. I let him do that in the garden. So I'm just going to get the second one done, and then I'm going to call it. I do need to plant this sweet little catmint too. So let's go ahead and pop that guy in the garden.